Good morning, sunshine. All right, it's time to hit the day. It usually is rise and shine at 5:30, out of the house by 6:15, getting here by 7, 10 to 7, 5 to 7, 7 o'clock, 7:05, depending on traffic. Coming in here, doing a jazz rehearsal first, getting the jazz thing together. If it's a gold day, I have a block off. In that time, I answer about, I have about 50 emails a day that I have to answer, and then I get about 150 plus phone calls. I do it during that time. Then we have a freshman band, a lunch, which usually I go through more emails, and then we have symphonic winds. Fourth block, more emails, try to get down the paperwork that we haven't got done, attendance, all that garbage that we have to do, state mandates. At 6 o'clock we go till 9 o'clock with the marching band rehearsal, and then get home about 11.
He would load up his van and he would drive to Indiana, he'd drive all over Illinois, and he would play weddings and he'd play for different venues, and he would do that until about 3 o'clock in the morning, get home, sleep for 2 hours, and wake up and do the whole thing again. That was his life for about 15 years.
Woj has gone through some difficult times in his life, but he never really lets that get to him, nor does he ever let it show to us either.
His personality. He has this way of just always being on and always saying something funny. He can walk into a room and instantly just turn on this magnetic personality. And you can tell people really, really enjoy talking to him.
He'll say whatever comes to his mind to make us enjoy learning.
And pretty much every time I work with him, it's just a riot. There's a lot of laughter. There's a lot of hilarity. Sometimes there's difference of opinions.
So we had 40 seniors and we decided to go, and I wanted to take them with, and then I wanted to walk back on the beach because I always thought that was cool, walking back in Hawaii. It's at night and it's very cool, just walking around Waikiki Beach to our hotel. So I thought that was a great idea. I went through the lobby of the hotel and everything, got to the beach, and there was a sea lion. So now it looked like a crime scene investigation. So yellow tape and the sea lion's laying over there like that. So I figured, well, it's dead. No harm there, I'll walk around it. And as I put my foot over the wall, the damn thing it wasn't dead. It started going, oh, like that. And it scared the heck out of me. Almost had a heart attack because the darn thing was alive and then kind of came after us. So I had to take the kids back. We ran away from that and ran to the other side and had to go through another hotel to get to the beach, and then we walked around the beach. But the darn thing was alive. It looked dead to me.
He just has this ability to talk to anybody. Most people, I know that person, I'll talk to that person. I don't know that person, I'm not really interested in him. He just walks in and goes, hey, how's it going? He's like the mayor. He really is. He's like the mayor. He'll walk in, he knows a story, he remembers everything about everybody, and when he doesn't, he just makes stuff up. And he's able to just really, really apply himself in a sociable way, and I see him do it with students. I think a lot of the students here in the school know who he is, even though they've never taken a class from him.
My band director was a person. He wasn't an image. He was tough when he was on the podium, but he was approachable. And I always liked that idea that we could talk to kids to find out what's in their mind, what's going on. And it also gives me an idea to keep a watchful eye on them. If I hear things in here that are not appropriate, I can make sure that they don't make mistakes.
So connections with Woj. I see students connect with him on a daily basis. And there's a couple different ways they do that. Musically, it happens sometimes when he stops and he says, well, why are we playing it that way? And all of a sudden you get this focus and this determination from the group that wasn't there 3 seconds ago. And it has to do with a respect and a rapport and the understanding that I'm not here always to tell you you're doing a good job. Sometimes you need to be told you're not doing a good job, you need to try harder in getting that result.
It really takes the perfect balance between being the nice guy and having to be this guy who's hard on you sometimes because he wants us to be excellent. He wants the band to be excellent, and I think it's something that's really important that he has taught me.
There's limits to how long you can be the nice guy. You can't get too mad, but then you can't just let anything slide because then nothing gets done.
One thing that Woj has always done, which has always been inspiring, was he knows that everybody has their peak. He knows that everybody has a point in which they push themselves, and they push themselves hard enough that they've given their all, and he believes that even if you've given your all, there's still more you can do. And he believes in you, and he continues to push you, and he continues to strive to make you better because he knows that you can be better. And by being that support, he really makes sure that you excel and that you continue to grow and you don't just stay stagnant.
As an educator, he recognizes that sometimes you have to go and fail. And so I've walked in on many occasions saying, you know what we should do? We should do this, 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 and this. And he looks at me and he goes, all right, try and see what happens. And then it completely falls apart. And he comes through and he goes, you know, I tried that 25 years ago and it didn't work then, so it hasn't changed yet. I said, well, why don't you tell me? He goes, because you need to find out about it yourself.
Another thing that Woj does is he's very mistake-oriented. He doesn't try to fix you before you've done anything wrong because until you've done something wrong, he believes that you can do no wrong. Until you're told that you're doing something wrong, you're going to continue doing it until you're told you're doing it wrong. And he makes sure that you're doing it better. He wants you to do better. And so Woj has to watch out for that with every single member of band. He does it for every single member of band.
You didn't learn anything from me. You learned it from yourselves. I put stuff in place. Mr. Wojcik put it in place, and then you guys have to want to do it. Without you wanting, without you exploring, without you doing that, we're standing up there waving a stick for nobody. It's never goodbye, first of all. As long as there's music, it'll continue. It'll just be another person leading. And like I said, music comes from within, and you guys make the music. So as long as you want to make the music, nothing will change. It'll be the same, and it'll be better. It'll be better. As the young blood comes in, it's going to move forward, and it'll be really exciting here in the next few years. Change is good. Change is good. I'm getting older, and yes, I have a lot of experience and all the other things, but there's something said for energy and change. And that change will be good for Glenbrook South. And anything good for Glenbrook South is good for Greg Wojcik. I had 38 of the best years of my life, and I'll miss it, but I'll figure out something else to do.
The last thing that I have to say to Woj is thank you, because when I first was chosen as a drum major, and they sat me down and they told me one thing that they're very concerned about is if I'm responsible. And if it weren't for Woj constantly pushing me to do better, constantly making sure that I was on the right path, I would not be in the position I am today.
You really helped me figure out who I am and what I'm capable of, and I wouldn't have been able to do any of that without your help and encouragement.
I don't know how to thank you for everything that you've done for me, and for every student, actually, ever. You've really left an impact, I think, on every person that's come across paths with you, and I truly don't know how to thank you for doing that. Thank you for being an amazing band director, and beyond that, for being an amazing person.
Pop, it's been 5 fantastic years working with you, and I can't think of a better way to have started my career. And we're going to continue your legacy for the next 40 years, and boy, I'm going to miss working with you every day.
I'm Greg Wojcik, and I'm the Director of Bands here at Glenbrook South High School. I've been here for 38 years, and it's been quite the ride.